Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, you dirty bastards. It's the end of the year. Guys with Guts Christmas special. We wanted to keep it a little bit dirty, so we got China Tim on. He's going to give us a girls, girls, girls episode. This year, with Corona spiking, a lot of deaths going up again. Everybody's depressed, everybody's sad. People doing drugs, suicides are up, everybody's pissed off. I thought we'd keep it a little bit lighthearted. We got China Tim on the line. China Tim, can you give
Hey, how's
us
it going,
some
bud?
can you give us some words of wisdom? Any
Ah,
wishes at the with the year ending, everything like that? How's everything?
uh, well, on my end, everything has been good. I know that lots of things have happened to lots of people. There's people out there suffering and recovering from a lot of heartbreaking deaths. So all those people out there, wish you a Merry Christmas. And all I can really say is that, painful as things might be, things have a way of getting better over time. So I know there's always a silver light everywhere. And I just hope everyone that's staying safe is still staying safe, and that, we never forget that we only live once, and our family's all we've got. So. you know, um, about the future of coronavirus, you know what, man? I think it's just going to go away at some point. It's going to be like the Spanish flu. It's just going to go away, and we're all just going to forget about it and go back to doing what we're doing.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, listen, right now is the best time. It's the end of the year. Put the meth pipe down, throw it away, put the bag of blow away, put the alcohol away, go to the gym, start worrying about your health because people are dropping dead. You know,
Yeah. But in any event, man. So yeah.
let's
So to get
start
to
it up,
start.
baby. Let's start it up. Get it. Let's get it dirty.
Cool, cool. So
Girls,
this is
girls,
called
girls,
girl.
baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. So basically, I'm Tim. If I did this video for a specific reason, like I've spent a lot of time on this podcast talking about my experiences in China and my experiences traveling to other countries around China. And I saw a lot of stuff, bro, a lot of different stuff. But I also had a lot of experiences that I've never actually had before. And one of them involves girls, girls, girls. Now, kind of to start this off, I do just got to come out and say something. Like, when I first went to Asia, I was only 23. And honestly, dude, I've only ever had one girlfriend. That's it. I was with her for about a year. Otherwise, I've had like probably two near encounters, and that's it, man. It was just me chilling with my friends. I was like a normal guy living a normal life, and out of fucking nowhere, I decided, I want to do something. I want to go to China. I want to like do something. So I left. I went to Asia, and when I got there, the difference was fucking monumental. Completely different from night to cold to black to white to fucking big to small, bro. Like the amount of attention that guys from like Western countries like us get from females is huge, man. I mean, like girls were checking me out, girls were complimenting me, girls were looking like, where are you from? When they heard I spoke English, bro, people were having them take pictures with me of their
Arthur
friends.
was telling me, I'm sorry, Arthur was telling me that they're throwing beer at him. He's walking down the street, they're throwing beer at him. These poor people, he says, look, they're the poorest people he's ever seen in his life, but they're the happiest people he's ever seen. And he's saying the girls, like you said, they're throwing at each other, they're giving him beer, everything, and he says he can't get them off of him.
Dude, you cannot, bro. It's everywhere. It's endemic. Especially the poorer the Asian country, the more that is, bro. Bro, I told you there was a girl in Laos who kept coming and following me. She just claimed openly, I'm her boyfriend. I'm like, no. I remember that. I'm like, nope. She followed me, bro, all the way back to my room.
Jesus, that's good.
No, I swear, I closed the door and I just didn't open. She kept knocking, and eventually she just left.
I remember, yeah, she was on Santa's naughty list, that one.
Oh, no, no, but I mean, like, you know what? Speaking of that, bro. Speaking of raunchy, if you want to get into raunchy, I don't give a fuck who you are. All right, if you like to fuck females and you're down there long enough, it's gonna happen very, very quickly. Because here's the thing: like when you go down there, you always the first thought that comes to your head is, yo, these girls are using me for my passport, my money. They don't really like me, right? And you kind of accept that, But as time goes by, especially when you're drunk, they're right there. They're throwing themselves at you. They're like legit throwing themselves at you. You're like, you know,
Right, right, right.
come on, you don't. Anybody fucking would. Obviously, in certain circumstances, right? Not in front of your girlfriend or anything stupid like that. But I mean, like most normal, everyday guys, bro. You know, guys that, especially at how old I was at the time, to go there and experience that, totally different from how things were back home. It was unexpected too, bro. I remember the first day it happened, I was kind of like, this can't be for real. Like, like I didn't talk to any of the girls the first day I was around that area, man. I just kept walking like really fast or kept ignoring them. Like it was just like, nope, nope. But you're there after a while and you start to realize it's more than that, man. I mean, like you can legitimately fuck like nines and tens there. Like imagine going from being like a regular everyday guy to that, man. You can imagine the difference, bro.
I can not that even that I can't imagine, but the enthusiasm in your voice, it's amazing. It's like the flashback of it. You become like a rock star. I can hear it in your voice. You're basically Brad Pitt over there. Over here, you're a fucking you're like William Defoe or like a Tom Hanks. You know, not that you're that famous. I'm saying that, yeah, but like look wise, let's say over there
No,
you're like you're Golem from Lord of the Rings. You feel like you're Golem over here. You're hideous. Over there,
that's
you're
the
Brad Pitt for no
dude.
reason
That's the
too.
point. That's the point, bro. Like it's so hard to believe at first. At first, I really couldn't stomach it. I told myself after a while, this can't be real. You know, like no. And it goes, especially living there, bro. It goes on, dude. And here's the scary part about that. I was friends with guys over there in China that lived there way longer than I had, maybe 10, 13 years going sometimes. And they never went back home and they were in that thing the whole time. And they really started to feel like models. One of them actually got a modeling gig, bro. And this I don't want to like comment on anyone's looks or anything like that, like,
No,
but
go ahead, go
I
ahead. No, 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 come on.
no, I'm not gonna like do that, but it's kind of like I mean, it's just obvious when you look at him. He doesn't get girls back home. Like you can always tell. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
which is,
I guess it,
but but
it
but
all
but
depends. You know,
but,
it all
but, but
depends. It all depends also. But it's like how social. But in Asia, I'm assuming it doesn't matter as long as you're a Westerner, and I guess that's all that matters over there because they're so poor and they. I don't know, but what is it? What is it? Also, is it so they're actually not using you for your money, or are they using you for your money? Like, what's going on over there?
that's
Or are they
know
just
what
trying to have
that
fun? Like, what's going on? Because you said you thought that they're trying to like actually use you. So are they actually using you, or they're also down to have fun? Like, what the hell's going on? Because some of them, I
you know
get it.
what
I get it. Some of them are like you said, but then like Arthur made it seem like some of the other ones they were just there to have like fun. They're like giving him out beer. Like he said, he was like, dude, he was showing me pictures from his old trip. He's like, oh look, he's like these girls stopped them in the middle of the street. It was like 10 of them. And they're just giving out beer. And I was like, oh, I'm like, I think they wanted you to buy the beer. He's like, no, dude. They're like having fun and they're just like giving out beer.
uh, I mean, to be honest with you, it's a very good question, and it's one question that I've thought about every day. Well, not every day, but a lot since I've been back. And I used to ask them sometimes. You know, when I was over there in those countries, I always thought to myself, if I really want to know, why don't I just ask them? So I remember asking some girls sometimes, like, do you really like foreigners? It's like, I remember I asked one time, like, what do you mean? Like, do you really like foreigners? Because I was thinking in my head, surely you must know, right? Like, like you must look at someone and it must dawn on them, like, is he really? And that's the thing. But
Wait, is he really what?
I'll, I'll tell you one thing right now. 9 out of 10 times when like a foreign guy dates a Chinese girl over there, he often brings her back to the home country. And I'm not saying that that's the reason why they date them or marry them, but at the same time, it always seems to be that end inevitable result. You know what I mean? Like the conversation of coming to foreign countries never comes up until after you marry them or even date them. Same with my wife.
But let me ask you a question.
So
Is it like also in China? Is it high? Do people in China actually want to go to America? I understand in Southeast Asia they do, but in China, isn't China like supposedly like right now on the up and coming? At least that's what I'm hearing. Like I don't know how true it is, but I guess maybe in like the poorer parts, they do want to come to America. Because what's the difference? What in America? It's like I guess it's like the same thing. In America, we have poor people, but we don't have that super level of poor where like Brazil has, where it's like the gap is like so crazy. Where it's like you have people like freaking, like shitting in the streets, and in China you have that. So for them, it's like the super poor in China. They're like, hell yeah, we'll go to America. Is that what that is?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Because they're
like, you
saying
know what?
you know what I'm saying though. Because they're saying that China's going to take over, but it's like, why then? If China's like freaking so prosperous, why would they want to come here? But then what I'm assuming is that that their gap of wealth is like way bigger than ours. Like I said, giving you the example of when I went to Brazil, where we don't have that level of poor. People are like shitting in the streets. There's like pregnant dogs running around, little babies, and like people are living in freaking cardboard homes. It was crazy.
You know what though? I'll tell you something right now, man. You know what? I think a part of them really do like foreigners.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why. I remember like when I first got down there, I've always did like Asian girls, but never really like that. Like it was a temporary thing for me at some time. But when I got there, the longer I spent there, the more months I spent in China, the more hotter some of the women seemed to me.
Hmm.
Also, there were also other girls from other European and Western countries like Canada and white girls from South Africa and stuff there too. So I've lived in places where there's like almost like four or five non-Chinese people, and there's some of them are white girls or girls like from our where we're from. And even though you would never look at them back home, like the longer it goes on, the more attractive they seem, especially when, you've had a, when you spend a lot of time with Chinese women and then you see them and you kind of miss that look back home and then you're kind of like, it makes you look at them probably more than you would back home. Does that make sense?
No, that makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah.
And you know what? They tell me sometimes too that people. I remember I had a very interesting conversation with an Australian guy, and we talked about that because he told me when he got here he didn't like Chinese girls at all, and he found himself like finding them hot. He was telling me, he's like, every day I look at them like she's hot, she's hot, she's hot, she's hot. It's like I keep saying that, and I think to myself, I feel like some people they have a hotness that might grow on you.
Yeah, it's
You know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like yeah, yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome where like the person gets like like where you're in a bank, the bank robbers come in, and then eventually you learn like the bank robbers like life story as they're holding you hostage, and eventually you're like, dude, this guy's just trying to like provide for his family, and out of nowhere you're like, dude, you know what? I want the bank robber to make it out with the money and stuff, and you're like, how the hell did I get here?
Dude, I'll tell you one thing right now, man. There was so much fucking going on with the foreigners that were there. Like, I did it, everyone did it, but like, like with that, I started to have a theory, and because of being attracted to those girls back home that you normally wouldn't be, like, I have a theory, Jonas, that everybody fucks everybody eventually. Like, I'll give you an example. If you put six people, three men and three women, on an island for the rest of their lives, no chance of escape, just them on the island, I guarantee you everybody would fuck everybody at some fucking point.
You see, this is how I know you're a fucking crazy ass horn dog from fucking China went crazy because I disagree with that. That's like that horn dog mentality that I hear about
It would happen
from
at
like
some
those.
point, bro.
No way, dude. No way, no way, dude. It's like I disagree. I don't think the
I
person.
used to disagree, man, but try living in different countries, man. And I'm telling you, people that you normally wouldn't think are hot become hot. And that poses a question, though, I think, right? Are you hot everywhere you go, or are you hot in certain places and certain situations, you know?
No, not only that, different time areas too. Like, dude, fat chicks. If you're a fat chick and you're in like the fucking 1400s, you're hot as hell. Skinny people are out. Anybody, even skinny dudes are out. You know what I mean? Even now, in the 90s, that freaking heroin was that what the hell was it called? A heroin freaking chic or whatever, where it was like everybody was like skinny as hell. The models were skinny. The people, I mean, even the men were skinny too. If you look in the like the early 90s and like very early 90s movies, everybody was super skinny. Now it's like everybody's The Rock or jacked or something like that. You know what I mean? It changes. And this is
Yeah,
just in
man.
America. This is just in America and the different time zones. Everything like that. It's like, dude. I mean, and on top of that, it varies to people, you know.
I know, but like just to let you know though, like it wasn't all raunchy. As a matter of fact,
No,
a
no,
portion of it
hold on,
was.
hold on. You still have. Let's go. Come on. You said you're gonna give us girls, girls, girls. Don't already start trying to back out of that. This is a goddamn Christmas special. The guests, the viewers, everybody tuned in. Everybody knew China Tim was coming on tonight, and he was gonna talk about the raunchy girls, girls, girls. Let's hear some juicies. Let's hear some gossip. Let's hear some juicy. Let's hear the dirties. Let's hear the stuff that made you leave. I know you didn't want to leave because when you talk about China, you talk about it with such nostalgia that it's like I'm like Jesus Christ. I'm like, why did this guy even come back? But the thing is, you were so addicted to that lifestyle. You're like a drug addict. It was basically like Mick Jagger in the coke era. He had to leave. He couldn't handle the blow. Like eventually, you can't handle the drugs. You have to leave, or you're gonna die. You were gonna either become a full blown like a party guy, like an alcoholic sex fiend out there, or you were gonna have to run away. I think that's why you came back, and
Dude,
that's what I
I
want to
was
focus on. And am I not
all
right?
right.
Wait, am I
All
not
right.
right? That's why you had to run away because you knew the animal you were turning into.
I think so. I think you're completely right. I
Yeah.
mean, like, no, seriously, seriously. Dude,
Yes.
I was
Yes.
out of control at some point, bro. I was getting so drunk, bro. I was walking around to random people, touching their noses, grabbing girls and stuff. It was so bad, man. At that point, when it got to that, I knew I had to leave. I remember. You were right, though. Around that time, I said to myself, I am going to either something horrible is gonna fucking happen to me if I stay here. I have to go. And I'm glad I did. Looking back at it, I will never go back and do that again. I'm so glad I did that. But
Yeah,
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 man.
yeah, 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 yeah. We forgive you. You're blessed. Blah blah blah. You saved your soul. Now let's talk about the sins. Let's talk because we're gonna start a new year. Look, we got to cleanse this old year. We got to get this old year out. So let's talk about the sins, and then the next year we start fresh.
All right,
Girls,
man.
girls, girls. Let's hear it. Let's hear the sins. The viewers want to hear it.
I mean, when I was working as a teacher, I was fucking all kinds of girls, man. I fucked. They were I fucked married women. Fuck. No, one of them. He's funny story about that. One of them was my student, dude, and it was she was fucking hot. Like she would I had these things, they called them eye shows. This was when I worked in Wuhan.
What the hell?
And there were these adult students that would pay like a shit ton of money to hear an American teacher lecture on certain topics, right? And I would just fucking try to pick something to remember and then just fucking go with it. But she would attend those eye shows. I won't say her name, but because we didn't just fuck. Like she would wait for me to come out of class and start a
She was married.
conversation. Yeah. So, she would wait to do that, and then eventually we were just texting each other, and it was obvious it was gonna happen. Like, like one thing you do learn about that the kind of stuff is like usually when a girl like wants you, man. I feel like she'll always let you know. So, and it was pretty fucking obvious, and we just went back. I remember though, we only did it the one night. And I'll tell you one thing too. I didn't even wear condoms that much.
Jesus.
I didn't. I don't know why. It's just, though mainly the reason why is it's alcohol induced. Like a lot of the times when it happened, it kind of just happened, and I was just there. I just kind of
Right.
walked in. I'd forget about it, but we just go in and just do it. Like it wasn't like a thing. Like I
You're
was
like the
only.
you're
It
you're
happened
you're
to me
the
a few
teacher.
times.
You're the teacher. It's a pop quiz. She didn't expect it. You popped it up.
No, because I think all and I don't know, man, but it was only that one time on that one. But there were others too, man. But it was bad too because I'm lucky I didn't get caught. Because it turns out in my contract I could have been fired for doing that. I'm like, oh fuck, man. Glad you didn't say anything,
Wait,
but
what did they have in the
but
contract? You can't fuck like your students. What the hell?
no, that used to be a problem, man. I swear it's to be such a big problem. They actually write that in the contract.
Yeah, cause you're fucking the students. What are you doing? you,
I mean, I used to.
you, I love it. You're like, yeah, that's a big problem. Yeah, no shit. You're part of it.
No, man, but it got to a point where like I didn't just do it at first. She would come dressed like mad, like fucking sexy, and I was just like, fucking man, whoa. Like honestly, man, I mean, it's so weird for that to happen too. But at that point, I was just so used to it. So you expect it at some point, and like it's just kind of like It was one of those, all right. But I mean, I would say the worst. It really fucking depends. Actually, like how raunchy are you looking for exactly? It was really just sex, you know.
Whatever, dude. I don't care. It's just freaking girls, girls, girls episode, dude. Whatever you want to share, man. This the line is hot. The line is hot. The people are going crazy right now. Tim. Oh my god, the line's even freaking good. The line even cut out. I was at. Hello, can you hear me? Tim. Tim. Yo.
Hello?
Yo. Yeah. 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 Oh, I thought I lost you for a second. You back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, no,
sorry.
no. I was talking, and
Oh,
at
no,
one
no,
point
no.
I
It
just
cut out.
noticed
No, it cut
everything
out.
was
No,
like frozen.
no, no, no. Sorry, it cut out for one. That's what I said. The line got so hot, dude. I have a suspicion. Some of my viewers, they might be listening to this, with, and there might be waiting for like a Kleenex moment. They might be listening to this with a box of tissues, if you know what I mean.
I don't know, man. I mean, like
It's sick. They're sick.
it 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 is really, man. It's just
You
kind of
you
like
couldn't help it. Look, the people, your students, they needed a service, and all you did was provide it to them.
it's it's
And you
it's
couldn't
I
handle. You
never
couldn't
really.
handle the power. You couldn't handle the power. You were freaking slinging so much cock that eventually you had to run away from China itself because you're like, dude, I'm gonna implode. I'm either gonna go crazy or so. Arthur told me about people like that. They would run down the street with boners, screaming that they can't fuck anymore. It was weird.
Huh?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yo,
Did you catch the last part?
dude, you just like blocked out for like 5 seconds.
Oh no, no, I was saying that the last part Arthur was telling me about, like people like running down the street like screaming with boners that they can't fuck anymore in China, like tourists.
Fucking I remember. You know what? You remind me of something, bro. I worked at this fucking school where there was this old ass dude. I think he was like from Alabama, bro. And he was actually having sex with the cleaning lady, like our his apartment complex. Like in China, it's very easy. It costs like $20, I think, to hire a lady to clean your house. So he would everyone did it. So he would have a lady come in to clean the house, and he ended up fucking her. And like a fucking dum dum, one day he held hands with her and he walked with her outside, and her husband saw her, and the husband just walked up to him and just starts punching him like mad fucking hard, bro, like in the back of the head. I remember that, bro. It was like this. You could hear it just like that. It's all you heard, bro. And this guy, like I remember, I'll just say his name, Felix, because he wasn't a good guy anyway. Felix was fucking covering himself, and he was just like punching him, and like and like that. And the guy was screaming, shouting in Chinese, and he fucking hit the wife. I saw it. Not like hard and stuff like that, but he pushed her like mad far, bro. And he just kept like, and then everyone held him back, and he was screaming. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Felix
I
from Alabama.
No, no, because yeah, no, because no, I remember because I was walking by. I was getting beer from the store actually because I just finished my work. The school was across the street from where we lived. We lived in the same apartment complex when I was in Wuhan. So I'm fucking. It was in Jiangxia, I remember, and I was walking down, and I see this dumb fuck holding hands with this older woman. I'm like, well, he was old anyway, so I kind of figured maybe he found someone, but like, and I see this guy come in and just start punching him, and I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? And I found out later that that was her husband.
Hey,
And
I guess it happens more often than you know. Like you said, dude, you did a number. You did a number on
dude,
a lot of girls, a
I
lot
have
of
fucked with
students.
I fucked girls with boyfriends. I
Let's hear some
fucked girls.
stories. I'll be right back. 1 second. Hold on. I gotta use the bathroom. But hit us with a story. Hit us with a story. Tell us a good one. Tell us another one, really quick. I'll be right back. 1 second. But go ahead.
Uh,
Get it. Pick a dirty one. Let's hear it.
uh. I'm actually gonna wait for Jonas to get back. But for anyone listening, I guess the conversation's just going its own flow. But like, it wasn't really all raunchy. But he wants to hear the raunchy stuff. But I'm gonna. It wasn't as much as he might think. But like, there's still some. But there's definitely like a way more to it too. Like, you know what I mean. But I'm just gonna wait for Jonas to get back there. I want to hear this.
Yo,
Yep.
what happened?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to get back, man. Um, so you want to hear a raunchy story?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you a funny one about a black chick I hooked up with in Xi'an.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So it was in spring 2012, and I actually went. I remember it was in the spring festival. I went with one of the English girls I worked with.
Wait. What's the spring festival?
The spring festival is like the Chinese New Year, but it goes on for 14 days straight, roughly.
Oh, okay. I remember they have that. It's the one where they go. Every dragon goes to the store. I mean, it's great. It's what is it? It's like in February, right?
It depends. It's the Lunar New Year, so it can be anywhere from late January to early February.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, long and short of it is we were in Xi'an, a really historic fucking city. Um, I kind of she and I were only there because we were the only ones that wanted to see the famous terracotta warriors. I'm a bit of an archaeology guy, so I figured I wanted to go see it. So we went, and it was her idea. I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to call her S. It was S's idea
Okay.
to go into nightclubs because she wanted to. I don't know. But this apparently because most shops closed during the New Year, but the nightclubs were apparently open. So I'm like, okay. So we go into one, and there are these. There's not that many people there. There's like some Chinese girls, but there's also a bunch of Africans there. And she actually made friends with one of the African girls. And I was already drunk, and at this time, bro, my head was blown up. So I was flirting with almost any girl I could see, bro. So I just like, I flirted with her too, and she wasn't really like saying anything, man. But she had a butter face, bro, and big ass fucking titties. So, she fucking anyway, I kept flirting with her, and she's kind of like, nah. But we get there, right, and they start dancing. And at some point, bro, I'm just so drunk, I black out. Don't remember how it happened, but at some point, she and I were dancing, and she was like grinding on me. And the thing is, I had a girlfriend, so my the ass was looking at me, kind of like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I was just
She
at it.
was there.
No, my girlfriend wasn't there. She was somewhere else.
Wait, who was looking at you?
The girl S, the girl I was with.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm just gonna call her S. She
Yeah,
was
yeah,
a colleague. She was one of the other
yeah,
English
yeah.
teachers, one
No,
of
no,
the
no,
other
no. Yeah,
girls
yeah, I
that
got
worked
you.
with
Yeah, yeah.
school.
But
Yeah.
she knew that you had a girl.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she saw me grinding with this girl, and so eventually, I don't remember why, but I remember she sat down. I swear to God, bro, there was these three big ass fucking African dudes, and I'm still sitting next to her too, with them there, and then they're all just looking at me, and then I don't remember what was said. I just remember words said, and then the next flash, we're outside, and it's she, me, and the other girl, S, the teacher, in the car. So we drive, and then we're flirting with each other in the taxi. So finally we get back to the we get back to the hostel, and I told her, oh, I just want to talk to her. I'll be back in a minute. The fucking girl S walks up the stairs, and I'm like, fuck this. I told the driver to drive, and I drive. I knew I could fuck this girl. So get in the taxi, and it turned out, yeah. So we were like making out in the taxi, and she's kind of like, oh, let's go back to my dorm room. She said that she was from Jamaica, and she was a student. I'll just say her name. Her name was Sango. She was a student there or something like that, studying Chinese or some stupid shit. So we fucking go back to her fucking university dorm room. It's like a pretty funny story. We go back to her university dorm room, right? And we're making out, right? She take off my shirt, she takes off everything like that, right? So I go to take off her jacket because it was like January back then. And for some odd reason, instead of taking off her jacket, I push her to the floor. So she falls flat on her ass, like right on the floor. And I was just so drunk, I didn't know what I was doing. I remember just standing there like so she gets up and she scratches me right in the back. Like mad hard, bro. I
What the
felt
hell?
like a little cold
That's
blood
like a
on
freaking.
the back of the
What the hell?
shirt. Look, I've never told this story. I kind of forgot it till it happened. I'll never forget, bro. Even though I was super wasted. I must have been so wasted I didn't feel the pain, bro. But I felt that cold blood drip
But
on
you
my
still got
back,
a
bro.
scar on the back of your fucking.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, she had those long ass, sexy, like red nails that some chicks wear. I'll never forget what she did. Dude, that memory is so big now. I remember what she was wearing. She only wore like the nice white top with the red stripes, these tight ass jeans with her ass, these long ass black boots, and these long ass red nails, bro. She was fuckable as fuck, bro. Um, no, but she was the girl S when the next day told me she was ugly, but I don't remember her face exactly, but her fucking chest, bro. Anyway, she scratches me like that, bro, and it hurts so badly, bro. I was so pissed. I was kind of pissed. That's how it hurt bad, bro. I felt like I got sliced, bro. So I back up, I sit on the bed, and I fucking reach down my hand to check if there's blood, and I feel it, like there's blood back there. So she pushes me against the bed, and we just start making out, and then, like she's being really, really fucking rough, bro, in the way she does it too. She bit my fucking tongue, bro. I remember. Not like hard, but kind of like a bite, like a half bite, enough to go like, ugh, you know? And so I remember she just, and then I'm just like, fuck it though. But I couldn't just ignore the blood, and it was so fucking painful. She just fucking gets on top of me, and bro, I pass out. As soon as she gets on top of me, I just pass out. The next morning, I wake up. She's sleeping on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on top. I'm on the middle of her bed. There's blood on her sheet. And I just kind of woke up and I saw her naked, like curled up like a fucking house cat, bro. Like on the side of the bed. Apparently, she couldn't get me off the bed. And I fucking wake up and I look around and I look at her and I'm like, did we fuck? And she was so mad at me, bro. She just fucking walks up, she throws my clothes at me, and she tells me to get the fuck out. And I see this blood on her bed. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I thought I hit her or something, bro. So I'm like, no. So turns out nothing happened. And she was like, go, go. She was like yelling at me kind of. And I was just kind of like, wait, can you tell me what happened? Like, I don't remember happened. She's like, we were fucking, and in the middle of it, you just passed out. I'm like, really?
Dude.
And she's like, yeah, and you pushed me. I was just like, and she's like, I thought that was hot, but that's it. No, get out of here. And when the blood dries and it's like that crust.
Yeah.
There's like I felt the crust like on my shoulder, and I see it like that. I'll never forget. And I'm just like walking out, and she was just kind of not having it, bro. She was like, it's like get the fuck out. So I just
Dude, she
left.
fucking sliced you. What the hell is going on with that? That was like assault right there.
I
That's like
guess so.
that's like a Jamaican thing. I think they used to like stabbing each other with knives and shit.
Mind you, this is just my memory of it, and I got so drunk to the point where you ever had a night you just remember pieces of a night, not the whole night.
Yeah, it's called a brownout. Not a blackout. You don't black out completely. A brownout. It comes in bits and pieces.
Ah, got you. Well, I've had plenty of brownouts, friends, so I remember that bit. Um, I'll never forget too. I don't know, like did I ever tell you the story of the girl in Thailand?
You told me about a lot of girls, but let's hear about this one. This is probably a good one.
I'll never forget that. Like there were all right. So there was this one fucking time. It was a stupid. It was kind of dumb, but like I found like a girl like right like it wasn't like free though. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how it happened. I remember I was on the Khao San Road. It was Bangkok, and I was drunk as fuck. So I remember just like fucking talking to someone, and there was this girl, and she looked really, 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 really fucking hot, bro. Like I mean, she was just like. And then I remember the amount she wanted was cheap, and she's like, "Oh, let's go somewhere." So we fucking go somewhere, and
Wait, what's cheap? What's cheap? What's cheap? What's the price here? What are we talking?
I forgot. It was really cheap though.
What would
Maybe
like?
four
But I'm
hundred.
saying like let's say like Americans, would it be like $5?
Let me. I don't know what the currency exchange was back then, but let me look it up really quick. What the bot difference would be if you want to know. It had to have been $40, maybe
Okay.
60.
Yeah, so that's same thing like in the fucking what's that movie?
No, it's got to
The
be cheaper. 'Cause I know Thailand was dirt cheap when I went. But anyway, whatever the price was, we
Full
did.
Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket when they went to freaking what is it like Vietnam? They were out there.
Yeah. Okay, so I remember I ended up going back with her, and I had given her the money already, and I kept walking, and there was this one fucking guy that just grabbed me. Like he fucking like literally like he grabbed me in the back like that, and he pulled me up. He didn't pull. I don't know why he over grabbed. I don't know what the fuck I did, but like he just grabs me, and He puts me to his side. There was this really tall fucking, I don't know where, I think he was from Norway or something like that. I forget where he's from.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So this guy isn't even a local. He's a fucking foreigner. A Norwegian guy grabs you in China while you're walking away with a girl that you just paid for to have fun with.
Yeah, so he comes to me. Listen to this. This is the funny part about it. He grabs me and he's like, I don't know why he did it though, but he just puts me. I remember his face too. He had like these thick glasses and this weird style. But anyway, he grabs me. He's like, then he stops me down, right? He puts one big fucking bear paw, because this guy was huge, on my fucking shoulder. He looks me right in the eye and he says, "Don't go with that girl. Don't go with that girl." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "She's a man." It's like, "My friend went with her."
Yep. Oh shit.
Went hotel room,
Hold on, you
and
broke up
then
for a
when he
second. Wait,
got
wait,
in,
wait. You
like
broke
she
up. Wait,
looked.
wait. 1 second, 1 second. You just broke up. Wait, 1 second. You said, don't go with her. She's a man.
Yeah,
Oh, continue. After that, it just broke for 1 second. Hold on. It said, don't go with her. She's a man. Holy shit, this guy saved your life.
dude, he grabs me. He gives me a serious look, like I'm about to get, like someone's coming after me with a knife or something. Bro, it looks so serious. Like, don't go for that girl, man. She fucked my friend. And I was thinking, fucked your friend. Yeah, I'm trying to fuck. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, no, 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 not like that. She fucked my friend. Like, apparently his friend went over and to her, right? And then they got naked. And her friend said she looked like a woman, but when she whipped it down, it was like a legit cop.
But what did you do?
Like,
You looked at the Norwegian guy and you pushed him away and you're like, that's the plan. And you walk away. He's like, what the fuck?
no,
Just
no,
kidding.
no,
I'm
no.
just, not
It,
good.
it,
I'm
it, it
joking.
gets
What the?
it
I'm
dude, it
joking.
gets
Don't worry.
better.
Come on,
Let's
Willie.
get
Come
better.
on.
Listen to this.
Come on.
So finally, no, no. So finally he comes, right? We go, and then I'm like, thank you. I told him thank you because like I was mad that I had lost the money, but she was seemed already gone, so I'm just like, fuck this. Who cares? I don't mind losing the money. So we're walking, right? And then she's actually following us. So when she started following us, I really fucking started to worry.
Cock in or out? Was the cock out or in?
And so
At that point, was the cock out or in?
I mean, no, no, no. This was still outside. Like after I met the Norwegian guy, we walked away, and she or he, whatever it was following us. So he kept following us, and then she kept saying, "Hey, you coming? You coming?" Like that. I remember she said like, "Hey, you coming? You coming?" Like that. And I just kept walking, and she just kept fucking following me. So I was worried about that too. I started to worry, like, yo, what the fuck,
Dude,
man?
what
I
the
mean,
hell?
like, like, why didn't she just walk away with my money? Why the fuck is this he or she following me for? Like, you got my money. Like, what are you following me for?
Want to rape you?
So, probably, man.
Jesus Christ. Wait, is that prevalent though? Is that prevalent in Southeast Asia with the man boys, or is that in like one country? Is that just in Thailand, the man boys, or is that like all over Southeast Asia?
That's the crazy thing. She didn't have a man voice, bro. She looked and sounded just like a woman.
Was the
Like, you
guy
could not tell.
bullshitting? You think the guy was lying though?
I don't know. Like, it's
Because
weird, but she.
Arthur was telling me, he was telling me that some of his friends that slept around, they said that they get super possessive over the prostitute girls that they sleep with. So then they try to defend if anybody tries to like sleep with them. They're like, dude, you better not. That's my girl. Don't sleep with her. Even though the girl's a prostitute, they become like defensive over her. So I'm wondering if that's like the same thing that happened. That's weird though.
It's possible. Some foreigners do that, man. I've gotten into fights with foreigners that have done shit like that to me before, man. It was like weird, like
Because why I'm saying is like I'm assuming you're saying when you're telling me you're like no she didn't sound like a dude. I'm assuming you got a pretty good radar because Arthur said dude I can spot a tranny from like a mile now. He's like I know trannies like the back of my hand because like when you go to like Thai, is it just Thailand or is it other countries too?
from my personal experience, it's only been Thailand. I
Yeah,
don't know for sure if that goes
yeah,
on in other countries,
yeah.
but
But Arthur said he could spot a tranny from a mile away now.
I mean, I was only there twice on vacations, very briefly, man. Most of my time was spent in China. I would go to Thailand on vacations,
So
basically.
you're a
So I
rookie.
don't.
You might get a cock once in a while.
You know what? I mean, if it happens, it happens, and I don't know. There's no telling what would have fucking happened had I gone back there. But she looked like a legitimately hot fucking girl, bro. I don't, as far as I saw, you know.
So okay, so she's following you guys. You're walking down the street.
It's like, hey, come back. And part of me thought about going back because I'm just like, if she's really a girl, I just want to fuck her. Like, do I need to go through this? But then I just got spooked out by what the guy said, so I kept walking. At some point, I just ran. Like, I just ran up a couple of blocks, and then she just, like, left me alone. Like, literally, that was the fucking end of it, man. But, I mean, I'll tell you a funny story. When I lived in Linz, there was this woman, an older woman. Like, I was out practicing Chinese with some people, and like at the time, I was really trying to learn Mandarin. So I would just go out to like the local fucking barbecue stalls and just start talking to people. And as you can imagine, it's easy. I was like one of the only foreigners there. I was like a celebrity practically, and I was just talking to everybody, busting out all the Mandarin I could. And I'll never forget one night I couldn't sleep, so I went out at like 2 a.m. or something like that. And there was this 24-hour restaurant open, and I found an old guy there. He had to be in his 50s with a woman that was like, I don't know, like mid 40s, something like that. The and for some crazy reason, this woman had like big. You didn't see too many big-titted Chinese women over there. That had actual like tits. You know? She looked like an older what a Chinese lady would look at that age in mid 40s. I think she was 45. And but she just had that, and I saw very few, if any, women that had that size, to be honest with you. And here she was with this regular. I know she was like this old guy. You had to be 50 or something like that. So anyway, I was drinking with them one night, and they were so happy to talk to me because they're like, "Wow, you talk to us? Wow, hey, nice to meet you," and stuff like that. Because like I don't know why they would say it like that, but I was like a celebrity out there, man.
Right,
So I'm
right.
talking to them, and it's
Nope. Tim. Come on, buddy. Oh, yeah, come on. You got that Texas connection. It ain't working too well. Come on, Tim. Get it together.
one,
Oh,
about a week later. Hello.
yeah. You broke up for a second. Go ahead, please.
Check this out. A week later, she actually calls me and she's like, "Oh, we found this nice restaurant here. You want to come with me and my some stupid shit?" So I'm like, "Okay, I mean, and mind you, at this time in China, I was used to that whole girls thing, right? So you don't think about it much at some point. It kind of slips your mind to that. Like,
Oh,
so,
what the fuck's going on here?
and I was drunk, and I
You
just
just broke up for a second. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you.
Yo,
Oh,
go
cool.
ahead.
So anyway, long story short of it, I just decided, I don't know why, when I got home that night, I just decided to call her, and I'm just like, "Yo, can I come over?" She's like, "Yeah," and it just turned into sex, like randomly. But I was already super fucking drunk. I don't know why, but it was the very
Cause you're
first
in
time
China. You've been
I,
drunk. You've been drunk since you got there every day. That's why you had to fucking leave the country, come back here.
and it's just kind of like I remember that night too. That night, I did it without a condom. We did it everywhere that night. On the bed, on the kitchen, on the shower, on the floor. I even thought about taking her to the hallway and just doing it right
Baby.
there.
This the episode.
Dude, I actually literally at some point legitimately thought about taking her into the hallway and just doing her right there.
Why
That's how
would you
drunk
do
I
that?
was. I remember having the thought.
Why would you do that? Wait, and the guy, the man that you met, they were super friendly to you, and not only that, he paid for your food too.
I know. I always felt bad about that. But that did happen,
He
and I
fucking
was like
paid
only 25.
the guy paid for your food on top of that.
I felt bad about that, bro. But
Jesus.
I was that. But that's what it does to you, man. It's just so much alcoholism and everyone praising you all the time, man. And when you're 25 too, it fucks with your head, bro.
You
You know,
become like a cult leader.
In a way, yeah, because the way I talked, because she was, you have to understand, this woman, especially in particular, was everything I said was like this wow thing. She was just so wowed by talking to a foreigner.
Yeah.
I guess starstruck is real, bro, and I could see how celebrities get pussy, honestly. Like you ever hear that? Like celebrities, even if they're not hot, they're gonna fuck because they're celebrities. It's a real thing, man.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like not only that, you said that people would stop you. I mean, now I guess it's not that crazy. We said back then people would stop you just to take a picture with you.
And you know what too? I remember that same woman. She would knock on. She was the one I was telling you about. That would knock on my door like mad late and try to come in the house. Like she would call me and I would ignore her calls after that happened. And she would just. She never came to my workplace. Thank God. She didn't
Yeah.
know where I worked. But she was. I remember she asked me one time where I worked, but she kept coming to my apartment and knocking on my door, and I just wouldn't open. Honestly, man, because she would text me, be like, "Oh, I felt magic that night. I think we had something special. I'm gonna leave my boyfriend and come to you." I remember she said that. I'm like, "No, this guy just bought me dinner 2 nights ago, and now you're gonna just no, 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 no." I remember, and she just kept fucking following me, man. I remember one night she screamed outside my apartment. She's like, "Open up!" Like she screamed like mad loud, bro.
What do you think she wanted? She was in love, or did she just like I don't know? I guess over it, she
She,
fell in love with you. That's it.
she said she said there was just something about that night or something like that, but I don't know, man. It's weird. Like it was just a night of sex. Like what the fuck? Like it's not that serious. Like I was creeped out by it personally.
Well, you're a porn star out there, like you
I'm
said.
no, no, but it's serious. It's so weird to feel that way too. You know what I mean? But like at that point, that's always at first. And the cool thing too is there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't Google, there wasn't YouTube. I was actually cut off from a lot of what was going back home, man. You can easily be so absorbed in that world, bro. It's like it's a whole different world, man.
Do you miss it? Is there a side of you that actually misses it and loves it and wants to go back?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that it's nice because not only was I fucking a lot, I was making a lot of money versus the cost of living was like non-existent. And like I was just spending more. I was making more money than I can spend. I worked little hours. Everybody wanted to be my friend. Everyone wanted to know me. Like literally a 360 from what it was back home, man. I mean, like it's nice to live, especially like when you have to live like regular life. Sometimes you're like, you know what? I know that exists out there. What am I? I could see why some foreigners end up going back to China because lots of guys I know went back here, then they end up going back to China. It happens a lot. I just had a conversation this morning with a guy who said he wants to go back to China, an old friend of mine. So
Arthur's planning on going back right now in a few months. Arthur's going back. He came over here, he started working here. He's like, dude, I'm going back. I'm like, why?
and
He's just like, dude, he's like, you don't understand. He's like, for a single guy and just in general, he's like, the cost of living is cheap. You can live like a king. And he's like, for a single guy, he's like, it's like the greatest thing because it's like he's like, I don't even have to do anything. He's like, I just go over there and he's like, oh, I'm Tom Cruise. I'm like, what do
you
you
know
mean?
what,
He's
man?
like, you ever seen Mission Impossible? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, I'm Tom Cruise. He's like, I can go there and I can tell women I'm Tom Cruise, and he's like, 50% of the women they'll believe me. He's like, if I got the glasses on and I get the hairstyle, I could come up to them and I could be like, I'm Tom Cruise. They might believe me.
You know, speaking of raunchy stories, you want to hear one?
Yeah,
It's not with a Chinese girl though,
keep it
because
going.
I was also fucking foreign girls,
Hmm.
and let me give you some context as to how that happens. Remember, I mentioned to you before that there's like so few foreigners. If you think about it, man, living in China, the amount of foreigners there are so few, and most foreigners that go there are kind of uncomfortable because the Chinese culture is just so different, and you really want to be able to speak fluent English with somebody, right? At some point, so the foreigners kind of all gather together in a group because we're all sharing the same experience. We're away from our countries, we're away from friends and family. We're in fucking China, communist China, you know. So there's a solidarity sometimes, and in some relationships, and some of that solidarity turns into romance. I mean, you can see that happening, right?
Of course, yeah.
Especially when, even though you see a girl or maybe a guy you would never look at back home, but because some of the girls there didn't really like the Chinese guys, so it made them look at other foreign guys a bit more closer than they might otherwise. Like you could just see that happening too, right?
Yeah, 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 absolutely,
So that's
absolutely. If they're not into them, and then the foreign guys are all that slap, of course.
yeah, so that's what happened to me, basically, right? I met somebody that I got to know a lot more through meeting in China. In other words, if we met probably here, we probably wouldn't even talk, but we were stuck together in China, so we formed a friendship and something more at that time too. So that's how it happened, but it didn't turn into anything romantic. I'm not going to say her name, but she was from Italy, and we knew each other. We started off as friends. We would drink together in the same bar a lot. We would be up till 4:30, just fucking chilling, drinking. She was fun too, man. I mean, like we had like good ass conversations, but at some point, like especially when alcohol was involved, we would hook up. And I'll never forget one time I hooked up with her that we were just doing it, and I remember she just kept telling me to shoot it in her, and I'll never forget that because I
Italian?
didn't
Was she
take it.
saying it like Italian style, like
No, in
shooting,
English, in
shooting?
English,
Oh, English. Gotcha.
yeah, yeah. She didn't say it directly like that. What? She just come in me, I think,
Oh,
but like I don't know why,
I thought
because
she
she would
said
use
like
English in a
Italian.
weird way
Italian
too.
would have been crazy. Lo shutamo, shutamo, shutamo.
But and anyway, like I wasn't really gonna do it. When you're doing that, you're not thinking about really doing it. But it got to the point where it's just kind of like you know. And I remember she locked my fucking legs in one time, man, and was really like gonna like make it happen. I'm like, no fucking way, bro. I'll never forget. I mustered all the strength I could, and I just pushed it away. And I got so mad at her. I'm like, you were really gonna fucking do that? Fuck you.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I walked out. I was pissed, bro. I was
Oh.
fucking mad, bro.
You
I
should have
walked
cursed her
out. I
out
was
in
like, no.
fucking Chinese.
I was like, no. I remember because I did not want to have kids back then. I'm not gonna have a kid. I mean, it turns out 2 years later, I would have no 3 years later, I would have a kid, but
Yeah.
not with her, thank God. Oh man, I
Why, you
remember I
think she
had the
was just
mustard.
she was just some crazy horn dog, or that's it, or you think she did she have potential or anything? Or was she just nuts? She was just crazy.
I'm just nuts, man. Some people just there's just always like fucked in the head. Like it was always pretty clear, you know.
Yeah.
But like I didn't think it was serious. I just thought like because we were all acting up and crazy in many ways, bro. Bro, I would go there and I would completely reinvent myself and make up stories like fucking mad, bro. I mean, like, cause you're there and nobody knows you. You're kind of free in a way to experiment with different things, see if
Yeah,
you can
yeah, and like you
adapt.
said, like your friend, one of your friends was like completely making up crazy stories about who he actually was, and you kept calling him out on it, and he kept getting pissed off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that was me as a rookie, because I had just got out of Brooklyn and I was in Beijing. You know what I mean? Like I was still used to that. You know how we are back in Brooklyn, right? Like, no, fuck you, you're lying. But as I got to stay in Asia longer, as I got to be a traveler telling travelers' tales, I understood the importance of travelers' tales. You know?
of course.
So anyway, I'll just forget that. And I swear at some point one time I really thought I finished Insider. I'll never forget. One of the days we did it, I thought I finished Insider, but I didn't say anything. I was like quiet about it for weeks, just like fucking worrying about it. Like no, 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 but nothing happens though. But honestly, man, I mean, like girls that normally wouldn't. I wouldn't say normally wouldn't be attracted. It's just kind of like when you meet somebody in those kind of situations and you become such good friends, you start to wonder, if we were friends back home, we still could have been good friends. Like, what's wrong when we're not meeting each other? Does that make sense?
Of course, that makes sense.
And that's one of the beauties of travel. You start to realize that you can get along with people that you don't really think you're going to get along with.
That's a beautiful thing about traveling and seeing other countries and other cultures and other people and everything like that. That's what I enjoyed about traveling.
I made lasting friendships. I've made enemies, but I've also made
Absolutely.
lasting friendships. Like, and I wouldn't take any of it back for the world, bro.
No, same. I want to, if
But
anything, I just want to keep traveling more until I drop dead, dude. Traveling's the end goal. I feel like when you're stuck and you're repeating the same exact routine and everything, you're just dying. You're not progressing. It's like the worst thing you can do. That's why I'm shocked that you came down here and you settled down as opposed to just kept traveling. Even Arthur, the same thing. It's like I guess it's like something with other people that I don't know.
you know what it really was, man? I'll tell you why I did it. I didn't like the person I was becoming, Like at some point, I really did feel like this whole girls thing in Asia was real. Like I really was this guy, you know.
Wait, so why is that
And
bad then? Why is that
I
bad if
don't know.
you're
I
actually
felt like an
talking?
actual celebrity. Like it made me, a lot of it came down to it too. I was drinking so much. I was smoking a lot. I was getting belligerent drunk, and it was getting to a point where I was getting angry drunk. And I'm just thinking, if I'm getting angry drunk, something's wrong. I'm supposed to be having fun here. Why am I getting angry when I'm drunk in a fucking bar in China? Like, well, what's the point of this?
So
Honestly,
there
man,
was like, so was it? There was like a devil and a like an angel on one side, or like fighting.
there was so much hooking up going on with all the foreign guys there. Foreign guys started competing over who can get
Yeah.
more Chinese girls. That's how bad it got. And it led to fights. And it led to fucking rumors and a whole bunch of fucked up shit. Because you might think rumors are nothing, but we were a small foreign community. We were probably like sometimes 30 people at
Of
most, and
course.
everyone is just fighting and rivaling. We shouldn't be doing that when we're such a minority
Yeah.
lost in this massive country. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
It's
we're all
like the
here to have
beach.
fun.
It's like the beach, the
Exactly.
movie. I remember when I watched that movie. I admit, dude, that movie was 10 out of 10. I'm surprised I
Exactly.
didn't go to China. I'm surprised I didn't go to China when I watched it. After I watched it, I was just like, dude, that movie's 10 out of 10. That's it. And I stayed doing the same shit. But then I
Exactly, man.
remember you were the first one out of all of our friends who actually left. Fucking Steve Arthur, I'm like, he left. I'm like, what do you mean he left? Like, he packed his shit off. I'm like, I couldn't even, like, to me, that's how crazy it was back then because I was so unorganized and everything. I didn't even understand how you can even do that. Like,
Yo,
I
Jonas.
was so immature. I had, like, my life was so out of control. Like, I had nothing. I didn't know any. Dude, I had no idea. I wouldn't even know how to like wipe my own ass. I'm like, dude, I'm like, this guy just left everything. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't even know the first thing. I mean, I had a passport and everything, and I went to different countries before, but it's like, dude, to do that, that took balls.
Yo, Jonas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hey man, I appreciate that. Listen, bro.
I
I
I
hate
hear
to do
that. I
this.
hear anxiety in your voice. What's going on? I hear
Yeah, I
worried.
hate to do. Dude, please, please. I hate to do this when we're live, but I just got a call from my wife, and something's happened. I have to take this phone call, man.
Oh, okay. Yo, so do you wanna? That's it. Let's call it a wrap then.
Yeah, I am gonna have to wrap this up, unfortunately. It
All
was
right, dude.
amazing.
Yo, continue. Yo, Merry. Wish the people Merry Christmas, man. Happy New Year.
Do you think if there's time in 20 minutes, I could do this again, or?
Um, I don't know. Hit me up. Let's see what we're doing. Cause I want to. If we're doing it, I want to do it in like in sections. But yeah, let me text me. But anything, let the viewers know. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and everybody go fuck yourselves. Until
Yeah.
next time, motherfucker. Yo, girls, 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 baby.
All right, man. Jonas, thank you. Sorry about everything, guys, but we'll
No,
definitely
dude, no,
communicate.
no apologies, baby. Girls, 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 man. Let them know. Girls, girls, girls. Tim, Tim, the Dick Slayer is in America. So hide your girls if you're in America. If you're in China,
Nah,
you
bro.
can
Wrong part
relax.
of the world for that.
Tim, the Dick Slayer is away from China, so you guys can res. Everybody, all the girls in China, calm down. All the guys in China, you don't have to get so worked up because Tim, the Dick Slayer is away. But
Yo, Jonas, I gotta go, bro. But definitely
yo,
till next time, man.
dude, till next time. Take care.
All right, be safe.
Yo, peace.